Bishop is here as well.
Whoa.
And whoa, the Bishop is here. And first of all, this is Untitled with me, R. Jones, aka Angus Black, joined with my two dudes, Reggie, and also the Bishop is in the house. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing today?
Can't
What's up,
call it.
man?
Can't call it.
Can't call it.
Huh?
Can't
Still
call
above
it.
ground.
There you go. That's what it is.
All right. I hear you. Got a lot of things. Few things happening in the sports world, and one thing that's untitled. This rising levels of the gun violence and the mental health is quite concerning in this country. We get into a little bit of that later, but we're gonna get to some sports first. And the first thing on the docket, little baseball, the New York Yankees and their early season struggles. Right now, I think there are a few games over 500. And first of all, let me just start out by saying this: the AL East is a top division in baseball because even though the Yankees are in last place, they are over 500. Okay, so that's impressive. I'll just say that. But these moves, they've been hit with the injury bug. I get that, but some of the moves from last year's trade deadline have not exactly panned out, and mostly because of injuries. You know what I'm saying? I see where Cashman is saying, well, listen, I'm the one responsible. Don't blame the other members of the front office. I'm the GM. Place the blame on me. With that being said, should we put the ultimate blame on him as far as getting fired? Is it a little too early for that? I mean, probably.
The Yankees are notoriously known for slow starts.
Okay.
We've seen it over the years. This is nothing new. It'll pass. Once these guys recover from injury, it'll be on and popping. Don't even worry about that. No news.
Don't even worry
No
about
news. No news.
No news. Word like that.
No news. Yeah,
Nothing to
just
see
like
here.
that.
Nothing to see here.
There you go. See?
Two loyal Yankee fans right there. I love it. I'm just saying, man. I don't
It's the
know.
truth.
It's your version of the truth. It's the Yankees fans' version of the truth. Okay, granted, but I'm still saying at the same time, nah, you never know, man. And I understand that Aaron Judge might be back on Monday in a series against Oakland on Monday. All right, so he might have dodged the bullet, but who's to say that that's not going to be a reoccurring thing with him?
Dude, who are we talking about? The Mets?
No, we're talking about
the
the
Mets.
we're talking about the Yankees, bro.
It sounds like we're talking about the Mets right now. Is it? What month is it? Is it the end of the season already?
It's all right, man. I'm just saying, come on now.
It sounds like that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like we're talking about here.
No, I'm talking about no. And I know the Mets are no better because they're struggling at 500 as well. Both New York baseball teams right now are in like a slight malaise. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you guys aren't concerned about these injuries whatsoever?
It's still very early. How many games have been played?
Over 30. What's up, David? Your mic is live as well.
Out of how many?
What's up, brother?
Out of 162.
Exactly my point. So we're not talking about the Mets here. Let's just pump the brakes. Let's just pump the brakes and give the pinstripe a chance to do what they do. You know what I mean? If this was the Mets, then I could see you having some apprehensions or whatever. But it's the Yankees, baby. This is what we do.
I don't know what that means.
Right.
Exactly. It means that we capable of going on a nice long run and getting ourselves back in at the top of the division and staying there, not being at the top of the division and then imploding 2 weeks before the end of the season. So let's just pump the brakes. We're not gonna worry.
With him saying that, I'm going to say what he really saying.
What's that?
Something the Mets do.
Anyway,
no, we get what they say. I just walked right into this fire.
Exactly. Let me
Good
just say
evening
this.
to all of you.
Good evening, Dave.
Big D, what's going on?
Before you get started, let me just say this, man. See, I noticed all that rambling, and you left out a certain part which they're kind of known for lately. Yeah, all that. You win 98, 99 games, 100 games. Where's championship number 28?
Coming from who's asking this question?
That's
Who's
that's the host of this show.
Who's asking this question?
How about where's championship number 3?
Anyway, like I said,
no. Here's the thing. First of all, R
Here we
asked
go.
that question. R asked that question.
Exactly.
And it was directed towards R.
Now, but here's the thing though. Why do you have to? We're talking about the Yankees. Isn't this thing about the Yankees in their early season struggles?
Right.
See, this is the problem. When the Yankees win, it's all about them. When they lose, well, we're not the Mets.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I noticed.
You got to stand on your own
Hold
merit.
on. Whoa,
Stand
hold
on your own
on.
merit.
Hold on. Again, me and the Bishop, we have come together and said this was no news. This is what we said. We said early season struggles is what the Yankees do. We answered the question. You want to keep the Dodge trade going, so we just went with where we went.
Well, when I walked into
We're
it,
not the Mets.
I was getting Met bashed when I walked into it.
Well,
no.
You should be used to it.
You were collateral damage.
You should be used to
damage.
It. You should be used
collateral
to it.
damage.
Should be just look. This is the problem that I have. Just worry about what's happening in the Bronx or what's not happening in the Bronx.
Right.
Don't try to lump the Mets into it. And then talk about how you can't be above it if you want to stay down where we are, according to you. You can't be a gutter. You can't be a gutter dweller and talk about I'm above it.
No, I didn't say I was above it. I just
it's not in what you said. It's in the sentiment.
Okay,
it's in the sentiment.
What I was trying. What
you were trying to say is that we're not the Mets. That's what you were trying to say.
Well, I mean, I wasn't saying that in so many words, but I was just questioning the motivation behind the host series of questions, and he just started asking all of these, posing all of these Yankee questions and ambiguities,
and they were legit. They were legit. No ambiguities. It was legit.
Hold on. Let me stop. Let me stop this right now. You see. If the Yankees are winning, you can ask whatever questions that you want. But if the Yankees aren't winning, all of a sudden it's ambiguities and implications of things y'all don't want to hear about when the Yankees aren't doing well.
If the Yankees are winning, we accustomed to winning, so it's not a big deal. It's not a story.
Right. So when
it's only a story. It's only a story for Mets fans.
No, how did the Mets get into this equation?
They love misery.
No. What it is that the Yankees want everyone to praise them, but when they aren't doing well, we don't ask me those questions. Why are you asking me these questions? Let's talk about the Mets.
That's nope.
No,
that is not true. That is not true. Okay,
this is what I'm hearing.
I know for a fact. How I feel about the Yankees. How I feel about a certain Yankee. Everybody know how I felt about a certain Yankee. Even with the year that he had, I still say fuck him.
So
because of what just transpired. What, he's on the injury list? It seems like every time these guys sign these contracts, behind the contracts, what happened? Oh, I stubbed my toe. I got to miss a week or two.
I just noticed R and I are wearing the same hat.
Exactly. I saw that.
Yeah. Look. No wonder we're here with this.
We're in sync.
So what transpired before you got on, Dave?
Yes.
Just so that you know.
Yes.
Before you got on,
fill me in.
Before you got on, he was like, the Mets, we having a slow start. We're not winning, but the Yankees, they got a bunch of injuries.
That's a lie. That you can hit the line. You can hit the line. Nah, he's lying.
He got all of this stuff going on. Then Reggie and I were like,
bro.
But what about the other team? I brought up the other team. I was like, but what about the other team?
Right now,
and you were like,
I don't believe a word.
Like,
wait, hold on. To defend the Bishop, we both said no news.
Here we go.
Okay, we both said no news, nothing to see here. Let's move on. And then there was a certain line of questioning that came down, and that's what you walked into, sir.
What the hell am I?
What about the
Mathis
injuries?
Court?
What about the injuries? What about the concession stands? What about this? What about
okay? Oh, so wait. Dave, check this out. So I'm making this up about these injuries. I'm making them up. I'm making them up. No,
you can't say anything negative about the Yankees. You can't.
Exactly.
You can't, because
hey, listen,
the default.
I'm on record. I'm on record saying freak judge. I'm on record.
Right. Well, that sounds like a personal thing, but we're talking
about the personal
team. Well, you said you don't like him, and you didn't like him even when he did what he did last year.
It still don't. He's a bum.
Okay, so right.
If you had criticism to offer of the New York Yankees, I could probably accept it from you.
Oh my God.
Oh, so it's an R thing. That's what it is. Okay, it's an R thing.
Dave, we hold you in high regard, Dave. We hold you in high regard.
This sounds like a residual of the team that rhymes with the Mets. That's what
exactly. That's exactly what this is, dude.
There it is.
It's so familiar. I was like, damn, this sounds kind of familiar. I've been down this road
he just
before.
picked losers all the way around. Baseball, basketball. It's like, yo, he just picked losers all the way around. Who else you going for? He a Memphis fan too.
No, he's a Boston fan. Wait a minute. He did say Boston.
Did I see him? Yo, I thought I saw him posted with a shirt on that said "Dylan the Villain." Dylan on the front, Villain on the back.
Nah,
not to get off subject, but you heard what happened in Milwaukee, right?
We're gonna talk about that.
Okay, never mind. Carry on, sir.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I heard exactly. We're gonna get into that next.
Another one of ours favorite teams.
Whatever.
Yeah, see,
whatever.
He's a winner. He's a winner at losing.
Yo, really, son?
Oh wow. I don't know. Is that a compliment?
Hey, listen.
See, some people, aka the Bishop, can't get past the fact that I was a supporter of the Brooklyn Nets or whatnot, and I still am. I don't give a damn what he says. You know what I'm saying? But no, you had to shut up and listen. Okay.
Wow.
Shut the hell up and listen.
Wow.
Okay. I had enough of you bashing my team. Every time I turn around, Nets this, Brooklyn that. That's all that comes out of your mouth when you have a discussion with me. Brooklyn this, Brooklyn that. You are an undercover Brooklyn Nets fan. I don't give a damn what you say or what you think it is, because everything that comes out your mouth is Brooklyn. Why? Why are you concerned about my team?
Can I interject?
Go right ahead.
They carried that stench over from New Jersey. That's all I got.
Here's another one. Another one. Another one. Right one behind the other.
They said Jimmy Hoffa is buried under the Barclays Center.
This is after. Wait. So this is the treatment that I get after I took the $50 and got him a happy birthday video. The young lady, if she wanted to do something strange for a little change, and she gave him.
That's you.
Wow.
A got milk video, and this is the thanks to that.
Damn.
Wow.
Now, how was that birthday, R?
It was pretty good.
You remember?
Yes, I do. What are you trying to say? What the hell is this, man? This is unbridled. Untitled, unbridled. Exactly. Whatever. Exactly. I'm about to go off the script in a minute. Shit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, wow. Happy birthday again, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna accept it from those other two bastards.
I sent you the video, dude.
Here's a note for you guys. I don't know why my internet seems to be messy.
Hey, I think that's our brother. That's our brother.
This is
reaching out to us.
This is a payback. I don't know. You can hear me, but you can't see me, right?
No, we see you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, some delay. But anyway,
you look like one of them Chinese martial art movies, though.
Yeah, that's the way I feel looking at myself. But here's a little tidbit for you. Or if you remember, we saw the first Star Wars together.
Yes.
Yep, in 1977, and we came out of that theater You pretended to do a lightsaber duel. That's
Did
how
I?
far. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
He's still doing it. He's still doing it to this day. He's just doing it by himself. He on the train platform.
Oh my!
He on the train platform on his way to work.
Oh,
On his way to work.
on his way.
I'm not fucking with these guys.
Oh yeah, but
I am
yeah,
not fucking with these guys today.
I'll never forget
It's
it
the
though.
bullshit. This is the bullshit right now.
I was let me see, 1977.
Right.
I was 12 and R
I was
was
13.
You
Yeah.
took me, right? You were like 30, right?
30. You know what?
I needed a chaperone to get into the theater. So.
Okay, guys.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna switch this over to some sports. We're gonna get back into this.
Let's get back into it.
I had enough of this personal attack. You know it's not gonna stop and shit, but that's all right. So the Milwaukee Bucks fired Coach Mike Budenholzer. Yeah, well deserved. I never liked this guy. I don't know about you guys, but I never liked him. He's much better as an assistant. His in-game adjustments just wasn't there, wasn't working, and I don't see them like advancing and as far as getting to a championship game with this guy leading the team. That's just my personal opinion.
I
agree. So
I think I said this a few years back where I didn't see him making adjustments.
Right.
And I forget which series it was, but it seemed like the team was trying to play hero ball, and I never saw him make the adjustments. So, you know, he got that one, championship out of it. But I'm just glad I don't have to say his name anymore.
Let's call him Coach Bud or ex-Coach Bud.
Yeah,
that's it. You know what I'm saying? And I know who was it that was sent the tweet about this move. I think it might have been Jimmy Butler. And he was saying to the extent of way to go, you fire a coach that won a chip. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like a slap at that organization.
Well, actually, everybody who's won Coach of the Year has gotten fired.
Right. That's what happened.
That's like more of a curse than it's like,
okay.
It's like quite a few people. Alvin Gentry, Sam Mitchell. Anybody who's won that Coach of the Year, Bud, he won the Coach of the Year. Anybody who's won that award, winds up getting fired. So it's like that could be like a precursor for his voice. They stopped listening to him. Giannis was pissed. This is the first time that I've ever seen Giannis actually like pissed. He pretty much like on a public stage said we were playing to win a championship and they were playing to beat us.
Right.
Which pretty much says that we weren't prepared. Yeah. And we weren't even prepared enough to make adjustments.
Right.
So it's kind of like, and it's like even with Giannis at 75%, they still shouldn't have lost to the Heat. Yeah, so it's just like and again, I kept questioning myself. It's like, why do they have Drew Holiday guarding him when they got bodies over there? They got guys who are the same size as Jimmy Butler who can guard them, like the dude that they got from Phoenix Suns. Jay Crowder is there.
Right.
You got, Jay Crowder. That's what he's known for, being gritty, grimy, playing defense. He wasn't hurt, so it's like all season he was home pretty much working out, waiting for a team to trade for him. So it's not like he was hurt.
Right.
So he had full energy. You could have, even if he wasn't going to stop Jimmy, he could have slowed him down or forced him to do something else. And it's like, I'm not saying he's going to be the defensive stopper, but it's like at least why do you have Drew Holiday wearing himself down game after game after game, wrestling with Jimmy Butler, who's got him by like 5-6 inches and like 20-30 pounds. And it's like, you could be as good of a defender as you want to be, but if he's getting the ball in his spots and he ain't gonna turn the ball over and make bad passes, you're gonna get done. And it's like, now you're expecting me to score on the other end, because all of those games that they lost, if they had another scorer, they would have beaten. Like if Giannis, Middleton, Drew Holiday would have did what they just by the numbers they would have, and then Lopez and the rest of those dudes, what they were given were bonuses. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, it was simple to beat Miami because Miami is. I mean, don't get me wrong, they showed up and showed out in that series, but that's because the Bucks didn't put the smackdown on them.
Yeah, they let them stay in there.
Right. Well, they didn't put the smackdown on them.
Let me just say this. There's one thing about the coach that was questioned by Miami Heat's Max. What's that guy's name? Max Strus.
Strus.
Yeah. Yes, Strus. Excuse me. And he said there was we were saying on the show that he was shocked, and even told Eric Spoelstra, the decision not to use that timeout during I can't speak, end of regulation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That might have been, something that the Bucks could have, used to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? And possibly won the game.
Yeah.
Well, his brother passed away in a car accident. So I don't know if that was contributing factor that he was off his game or whatever, but I mean, this was something that was probably building up for a few seasons, but since they were finishing, at the top of I mean, he had the luck of the draw with Giannis.
Right.
He got the luck of the draw with Giannis, and then, with Middleton, I think the wheels start falling off when Middleton got hurt. And it's just like, yeah, you still got a really talented team, and you still can't get these guys. I'm not saying they would have won another championship, but they should still be playing.
But let's look at it too. What Jimmy Butler said. They were one Kevin Durant big toe away from not advancing.
They did.
They won. So,
but they did.
They did. But I'm just saying though, it's not like this coach was some coaching genius. I mean, he was very fortunate that that happened where Butler's toe was over the line, or else they would not have advanced to even get that championship. So things worked to his benefit, but I think there were more flaws that were exposed throughout the time than that one championship balances.
Right.
So I keep questioning, why does Giannis have 2 MVPs if we still at this point talking about the shortcomings of his game?
Right.
He missing free throws. This is a closeout game for you.
Yeah. That's
13 free throws that you miss. It's like, yo, you are 2-time MVP according to the sports writers who voted you for that. You're a 2-time MVP, which says to me, you're the cream of the crop. Right. If that had been LeBron, if that had been, somebody, if that had been Harden, if that like we would never hear the end of it. But somehow these guys got a pass. It's like, same thing with Joker. It's like you're a 2-time MVP, but you don't want anything to do with defense at all. You don't even know what defense is.
Right.
You want nothing to do with defense, and you haven't even been to a Western Conference final, but you're a 2-time MVP, and they already setting the stage and saying, well, if they don't win it, the season, yada yada yada. It's like, no, you have your full complement of players. Everybody is playing at a high level, so you should at least be playing for a chip, which I don't even think they're going to make it out of the West because that game doesn't translate when it's time to play championships. Everybody has to play defense.
Right.
And I can't imagine once the Lakers
Philly didn't play defense the other night with their MVP.
Well, he was just coming back.
I give him a pass on that one.
He was just coming back off the injury. Boston is not going to shoot that. Boston is not going to shoot like that. Everybody was hitting threes. It was like Joe Mazzulla could have went out there and shot some threes.
Exactly.
Everybody. And Tatum only played 19 minutes. What happened to Tatum?
Everybody was shooting threes.
They didn't need him.
They didn't need him.
Exactly.
Okay.
Everybody was shooting three. Everybody. You
ain't dancing on that line. Exactly. Everybody was hitting.
It was like, yo, if they took 8 shots, they hit 9 threes. It's like, I'm like, what's going on here?
Exactly. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But it happens like that. It happens like that. It's like Miami is quiet as kept. Miami is due for one of those games that they stink it up, that they can't score. Because, like all season, that's why they finished in the play-in, because they were having problems scoring.
Mm-hmm.
And they are due to have at least one or two of those games where they just can't put the ball in the basket no
Right.
matter what. They're due for one of those games. So it's like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks took it in 5. I wouldn't be surprised at all,
Wow. Okay.
because
Okay.
they are the team that earned the play-in. They are that team,
Yeah.
and you can't just turn. They're not good enough to be like, oh, we're just gonna turn it on during the playoffs. It's like, no, Golden State is not even that good to be like, we're gonna turn it on in the playoffs. I can't imagine Miami, who was like, what, 28th in scoring in the league this season.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're just gonna turn it on, and all of a sudden, Jimmy Buckets is gonna morph into this 40-point a night scorer, and it's like Eric Spoelstra is really, really good at smoke and mirrors. So what they did
Yeah.
was they slowed the game down
Mm-hmm.
to a snail's
Mm.
crawl, slowed the game down. This way, it gives them an opportunity to, like,
Mm-hmm.
if we get 85 shots and you get 85 shots, then we both have a chance. We both have an equal chance to win the game.
Right.
But I can't have you generating 110 shots and I still only get my 85 shots, because what that says is I'm not gonna. Statistics shows I'm not going to win this game, because you're getting 20 shots more than me.
Right.
25 shots more than me. So if I slow the game down, you get the same amount of shots that I get.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of like say, okay, well, whoever's shooting good that night. And granted, a lot of my shots are going to be layups and mid-range. This Vincent kid, it's like,
Bishop,
it's the,
Bishop, you had said the Knicks should not let this guy go off for 20.
he can't be the one. He can't be the one. And it's
But
like, it seems,
what did he score the last game? He didn't score 20, but he was damn near close to it.
yeah, he shouldn't be. He should be a role player, having his 8 points, 8 to 10 points a night, if that.
If that, okay.
And being in foul trouble. But it's like, and what they keep doing is they keep having like they're putting RJ on him, and then he's toasting them and getting hot, and then by the time he's coming off screens, but they're going under the screen, and it's like, these guys are NBA players. Even if he is from the G League, D League, or whatever, still hit an open shot. And then once I get loose and get in my bag, then I'm gonna start hitting shots I'm gonna start hitting Steph Curry shots. So it's like
he was doing.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you a question. Why are there so many days in between games 2 and 3?
I have no idea. No idea.
I'll take a stab at it. Travel. Definitely.
To Miami?
Exactly.
Even so, I get it. I hear you, but that's plus, come on. Honestly, they want to extend this as
all.
much as possible. They want to extend it. That's the main reason. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. And I mean, I know they have Golden State versus
LA,
which is right. Come on, really? Yeah. But you want to do that? That's a bus ride.
and Denver and Phoenix isn't too far either.
Exactly.
Right.
So the main reason is they just want to extend the series. You know what I'm saying? They want to make it last. So we got the semis, we have the conference, and then the actual finals.
Yeah, because what are you going Tuesday all the way to Saturday?
Yeah, exactly. Because I honestly, I didn't even think I was going to do this today, because I when I first saw the game was on Tuesday, I figured it was going to be a game, tonight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then when I heard Saturday, I was like, Saturday? I was like, come on, that's too many goddamn going days.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Gives Randall an opportunity to get his ankle a bit better.
And Butler.
And Butler.
Also Butler.
Butler. But again, Butler is not a 40-point a night scorer. So it's kind of like, this is an anomaly for him. Like, there's no way that he's going to be able to keep that up.
I have a question.
Sure.
How many free throws did the Knicks miss that first game?
Mitch
Oh.
Mitch. It's like they missed a lot of open shots too. They missed a lot of open
No,
shots.
they were taking open shots, but the open shots they were taking weren't exactly good shots. Okay, you talk about you giving non 3-point shooters the 3-point line. Should you be taking that shot if you're not a 3-point shooter?
Well, they've been doing it all season.
Everybody in the
but this is what I'm
everybody in
saying.
the NBA thinks they're 3-point shooters, though.
Hell no.
I'm 1 for 10. Yo, I made
everybody's channeling their Steph Curry or no, excuse me. I take that back. I digress. I'm gonna take that back.
Mm-hmm.
They're channeling their inner John Starks.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, well, they think they're Curry, but what's coming out is
they think they're Curry, but they're getting John Starks. Oh my goodness! That still haunts me. I'm sorry, my bad. Had to take y'all back to that time, but
in that game 1, I mean, what can I say? I seen a lot of threes being shot. I'm like, why? Why are you taking these threes? And like Bishop would say, yo, and I agree, drive to the basket. Get the mid-range, go to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
That's what their strength should have been in that game. If they had adopted that, they would have won that game.
Yeah, they were still in the game with 5 minutes left. The score was like under 5 minutes. The score was like 95 to 90.
It was 95-92,
right.
95-92 or 93, and then you remember RJ got the rebound. He dribbled the ball down 1 against 3. Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, and who's the jumping bean 2 guard that they got on there? Light skin one. It's he's got
Martin, right?
Caleb
Martin, who's jumping out the gym.
Right.
He volleyball swatted. He was chasing RJ down. He volleyball spiked his shot. And it's like, yo, you going 1-on-3 against 3 superior defenders.
Right.
Instead of just
seeing that.
Then after that debacle, he turned the ball over like on one of those weak spin.
Yeah.
Then we came back down and he turned the ball over again by throwing a bad, hard, low pass to, I think it was Hart or Grimes or something. Then it was another, so it was like back to back turnovers. And then each time we turned the ball over, they scored. I felt like Tibbs should have pulled a cord on him, should have sandmaned him, like after he did the 1-on-3. Should have been like, all right, this is money time. You can't be in the game this time.
He didn't waste no time in game 2.
Yeah, and you see what happened, right? And you see
they won. Yeah, they won.
What happened, right? It's like, we're gonna put somebody. We need to get more out of Grimes, though. It's like, we need to get more out of him. You got to be a threat, dude.
Well, at least Grimes plays defense. RJ's not even doing that, bro.
Yeah, everybody that he's guarding, all of a sudden becomes a threat. Everybody that he's guarding,
because he can't guard nobody.
Exactly.
I think right now I could get 10 points on RJ.
No, you probably would get 30. You probably would get 30.
Now I'm a man of a certain age. I'm gonna go with 10.
Okay. So you're gonna be humble.
Always on the wrong side. So you're a right-hand shooter. He's on your left side. Always like 2 steps behind the defender. Always like it's like, yo, always in the wrong position. It's like, dude, like, why is everybody getting hot on you? Because it's fake defense. It's like if I know I get your jab step and then I pull back and I'm gonna have all the room I need.
Right.
It's like there's no pressure.
My question is this.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all can help me out.
Okay.
Why does Barrett and Randall have a right hand?
Well, ask yourself this: why does he wear shooting sleeve?
He's channeling his inner Ben Simmons.
Here he is. See?
That wasn't even a stab. My bad.
Nah, yes it was. You meant that shit, man.
Sensitive.
You know what I'm saying?
Sensitive.
Now I gotta be sensitive. Well, because you can bring it up. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Yeah, sensitive. Yeah, you could have just let it pass, but now all of a sudden
I'm not gonna let it pass.
Having an episode. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Yeah. So
Whatever.
we are good. I think we'll take. I think we can take 2 games in Miami. I think we can take these 2 games in Miami
Well,
because
how is the series? Is the format? Is it 2-3-2
I
or
think
is
it's
it
No,
2-2?
it's
No, it's
2
two
3
two.
1 1 1.
Okay, okay,
Yes, 2-2-1-1-1. Yes,
okay,
I
okay.
think it's the finals is 2-3-2 if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Okay.
yeah. I think Miami could win 1 game, and we take the 4 games because I don't like they got nobody to guard Randall. I don't see Quickly languishing about in this funk that he's languishing in. I don't see him, too much languishing that because he has a mid-range shot. He doesn't only have to, like penetrate because Miami is good at clogging up the middle so you don't have the space for those, penetrations. That's what Jalen Brunson was kind of like trying to figure out where his spots are.
Right.
But and Miami is always good for a stinker or two where they can't throw the ball in the ocean. So
You know what? I want to see a YouTube video of Mitchell Robinson shooting free throws. That's what I want to see.
this guy is crazy.
It's painful to watch.
Let me tell you something. That I thought something was wrong with my eyes when I first viewed it. I was like, "That's him." I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, yeah.
But then again, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
yeah,
he played good in Cleveland series. Game 2, he played like a clown. Like it's like, dude, you don't need to put your hands on Bam Adebayo.
right.
Just step back. If he wants to try to drive by you, you're long enough that you could, recover.
Right.
Bam is not that fast, and you
He's
just
not
block
that
his
big
shot a few
either.
times. Right.
Right.
You
No.
just block his shot a few times. It's like there's no reason for you to be out beyond the
Yeah.
free throw line, up on him, with your
Right.
hands on him to get a silly foul, or to be running like that game 2. It was a series of just like silly fouls, just silly
Yeah.
fouls. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, dude, like you in the series, yo, you could be getting like 20 rebounds a game, like
Right.
10 points and putbacks. I'm not even saying free throws because I'm like, yo, you talking all this crap about let me play, let me eat, let me do this, let me do. Yo, make your free throws.
Try that.
Right.
He can't make them because they're free.
Make your free throws. That's easily like 10 points
Yeah.
a game for you just off free throws.
Right.
Easily.
Right.
And if
Easy,
you're getting a
'cause-
couple of putbacks, that's 16 points.
Mhm.
16 points,
Mhm.
15, 20 rebounds a game. That's a solid night for you.
Yeah. If
Another
he gets those offensive rebounds and puts it
Mhm.
back up, he's going to get fouled half the time.
Of course.
Yeah.
My
So
thing is good. Good. No, go ahead,
another
Rich.
question I have is now if you're leaving these guys open, don't you think you should get a decent 3-point shooter in? That guy they call Fournier.
Well,
What
no,
happened,
actually,
man?
Nah.
because
What do you mean
what
no?
happens because
No.
he doesn't defend. And so
Mhm.
what they would do is they would
Mhm.
put like Struz or Vincent or these guys, or put the other shooter in, and then just run Fournier off screens because he's another one that's slow. And then now you got Duncan Robinson out there with wide open shots, or Max Strus able to take him off the dribble as well,
Mm.
or create a shot. Or you see what Vincent is doing. Gabe Vincent's just like,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's like, who's he gonna guard? You can't hide him on anybody.
Right.
You can't hide him on anybody. We just need
I did.
Grimes. We just need Grimes to step up and be a threat and give us more.
You know what they also need? They need not a repeat of game 1. That being taking stupid shots.
Yeah.
Turning
That's
the ball
you know
over.
what I'm saying? Turn the ball. Yeah, I was about to say knucklehead plays like that, and to turn the ball over. If they could avoid that, that's half the battle for them.
Right. Which is what they were doing the whole season.
Mhm.
except for your boy,
Who's my boy?
the Canadian kid.
That's your man. That's
Yeah.
not my. That's not my boy.
The Maple Mamba.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not my boy, man. Hell no.
Yeah. And then I it's like, yo, I'm happy that the fact that the coach can recognize and say, hey, all right, enough with you.
Right.
Game is on the line. Come
Well, it's
over
about
here.
time. It's about time.
Come over here.
Yeah, sit your ass down.
We
It's
got an
about
opportunity to do something real special here, and you're not gonna spoil it.
Right.
I saw today. I don't know if it was real or not, but apparently Rose said that he has something left in the tank, or he's got something. If Derrick Rose.
Wow.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
There's I'm sure there's probably some X-rated videos out there that would prove that, because he's a little wild. So yeah, wild boy. D Rose. It's like Rose is D.
Oh
Like,
gosh.
yeah. I got something left in the tank. Yeah, okay, we're gonna keep that over there, dude.
It's a different kind of stamina.
Leave Derek alone, man. Leave Derek alone, man. I like Derek.
Well, he should be well rested.
Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame to see him out there like that, man. Come on.
Well, he's Brunson's confidant. He's the dude that is in Brunson's ear. It's like, here, this is where you need to. This is how you need to. Because quiet as kept, I thought that there would be a clash when Brunson came in.
Really?
And Randall, I thought there would be a clash in who gets the big spotlight, who gets the big moments, and so forth and so on. And they've navigated that really good, in the sense that when Brunson is rolling, Randall relinquishes and doesn't try to force the issue. He'll let Brunson Brunson roll. He'll let him rock. He'll let him eat. Whereas before, it was like, nah, I gotta be the guy. I gotta be the guy who's closing out the game and this and that. And there's been times when it's just like, he'll just be like, all right, well, let me go over here and get this rebound, or let me just set a screen, or let me just be out here and be a threat.
RJ ain't gonna do it.
No, he's not. But see, you know what I like? I like that about Randall. Yeah, it shows maturity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shows maturity right there. I like that. You know what I'm saying? When I see now before, like, and this is recently, when you see the little bit of sulking on the court, you know what I'm saying? And Tibbs actually had the balls to pull him, like, yo, come here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is not about you and your personal shit. It's about the team and trying to win.
Yeah, so we don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Whoa.
kind of like that.
You saw all of that? You of all people? Wow. Let me find out Bishop has been right this whole time.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
He saw a whole lot.
Right about what?
He's watching these games attentively.
Of course
It's like, yo, even for somebody who claims that they detest everything New York Knicks has to offer and wants the owner to sell a team.
I hate that guy. I hate the owner, but at the same time, I can be objective. Unlike you, I can be objective. I don't have the New York Knicks coming out of my pores every time I move like you. Okay.
As per Bishop said, the bandwagon applications are now closed.
Whatever, get out of here.
Exactly. We will not be processing any applications until next season.
First of all,
October 2023.
Stop jock ride. That's one. Stop that.
And as a matter of fact, and we starting from the end of the alphabet. So you don't have no chance at the end of the alphabet.
Wow.
First name Z, last name start with Z. That's
right.
where we start. So that means somebody from Croatia has a better opportunity to join the bandwagon than you.
So Bishop literally said ZZ Top.
Yeah, you know what? So my thing is this, man. Whatever, man. My thing is this. I went in the lids and whatnot the other day, man. I held the hat for a second. I said, "No, I can't do it."
Did it burn your hand or something?
Yes, it did. Matter of fact, I can't do it.
The orange and blue?
Yeah, I can't burn my hand, man.
It didn't burn his hand. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. The hat was glowing in your hand.
Yeah. You know what it was like.
Yo, Dave, he tried it on.
He tried it on.
He shaped
you know what
the
it was
bill
like,
of
Bishop. It was like a sunlight to a vampire. That's what it was. He put
tried to
it on
ruin
it.
No,
So,
it was more like the glow from the last Dragon.
Show enough.
Don't think if you post a picture of some Ewins or something like that, that's gonna sway.
Right.
That's gonna sway.
I had them in my closet all the time.
The governing body. It's gonna sway the governing body. Yo, I used to, like the dude that is the caseworker by day and Nick Vigilante by night.
Right.
That's my cousin. That's my cousin.
Yeah. He gonna pull out a Linsanity T-shirt and
don't buy any of this bullshit.
I always had the Spreewell jersey.
That's right.
I always had the Spreewell jersey. Yo, Spree is my man. I always had the Spree.
He gonna try to get his hair like Spree now and everything.
Hair? What are you talking about? Am I gonna go get extensions? Like, get out of here, man. Come on, man.
I always had the Spreewell jersey. Yo, it was just in my closet. I was waiting for them to start representing. I can't be a fan of somebody who ain't representing. Now that they're representing, then I could be a fan again. And I'm rooting for both teams because they both from New York. Since they both from New York, no.
There we go.
No. Negative.
Yeah.
Damn, they got you pegged.
All y'all. Yeah, all of y'all, the hell with y'all, man. I'm about to stick up my middle finger at all of y'all. Man. Because I'm like, really?
This peacoat always had the Knicks insignia on it.
You're going to start dressing like Clyde.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, Clyde is his man, yo.
Yeah.
Clyde is a man. I love his style. I love his style. So that'd be great for me.
I love it for him. Yeah.
Some of that stuff is just like, I don't know where you got that fabric from, dude. That looks like like if you take the cushions off your couch.
What is that, velvet?
I don't care what y'all say. I love it. Every outfit he has, man. I'd be like stand up or give him a standing ovation for that. I love it.
You gotta get up and adjust the settings on my TV.
Lord, listen to just the disrespect, man. Just the disrespect. Horrible, man. Let's talk about some more of these playoffs, man. Boston against Philly, man. What do y'all think about that? It's tied at 1. Boston put on the shooting clinic last night.
I don't like either one of them.
Nah,
but I think I dislike Boston more. So
you're going with Philly?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm just like Dom. Doc Rivers gonna blow it. Somehow, some way down the line, he's gonna blow it.
Right. We haven't seen Doc East yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I don't know.
What?
Joe Mazzulla's he's Mr. Fumbles himself.
Is he really?
Joe Mazzulla? Yeah, he's kind of like, I think they rushed to hire a coach, and I think they may have jumped the gun with this dude because I don't think he's really ready for that kind of spotlight. Unless Brad Stevens wanted to have somebody in place so he could still sneak coach and be the GM all at one time, so he has all the power. And he just pushing the buttons, like sort of like a Pat Riley of Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for me, it's like I hate both teams, but what would be more satisfying? Is to pass the series, get past the Heat, and then send Boston home. That would be more satisfying than everything.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I think so.
We beat them 3 out of 4 times, and we beat them in their own spot. We blew them out in their own spot twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Twice.
Okay.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I'll sign on with
we
that.
got their number. It's like only thing you got to do with Boston is just get in Tatum's face. Don't give him space to do all of that dribbling and get into his flow, and force Brown to just keep putting the ball on the floor, because he still is like, he can shoot, but if you keep forcing him to put the ball on the floor, he doesn't have any moves off the dribble.
Right.
And then once you stop those two guys, those other guys, if Al Horford's gonna give you 30 a night, okay. Good luck with that. Brogdon, Smart, all these guys. It's like, Yeah, they're not giving you Tatum and Brown's numbers, and that's what we did. That's how we
Right.
beat them. That's how we beat them. We got in their airspace, and Tatum is 6'9". You got in his airspace. Don't allow him to dribble. Don't allow him to get into his rhythm where he can do those pull-ups and stuff. Frustrate him. So,
well, all right, that's true. One thing about Brown is dribbling. He's not that. Is it me or is he clumsy with the ball?
He's very clumsy with it. He's very clumsy with it because he still has not. He still has not learned how to. It's like you don't have to be good at dribbling. You just have to be good at getting to spots and then rising up. Like you see how Klay Thompson is not good at dribbling, but he's good at 1-2 get to a spot.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like Brown wants to take guys off the dribble. He wants to do the crossover. He wants to do all the stuff that's not a part of his game.
Wait. Exactly. Brown is what R.J. Barrett aspires to be.
Well, no, not really. R.J. Barrett is the new art to me. So R.J. Barrett, if the games that he played really well or decent, he was hitting the mid-range. Cut to the basket, hitting the mid-range.
Right.
So I think what he should be doing, he should be focusing on watching that DeMar DeRozan and doing and kind of like modeling his game after like DeMar DeRozan. Because any other way, it's like, you're not gonna make it, bro. You're not gonna make it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let's welcome Sir Dom in the house.
Sir Dom.
Little late tonight, buddy, but what's going on?
Oh boy, thank you guys.
You just got off work.
Got off work, yeah.
I wish.
Hard day at the factory. Yeah.
No, one of our friends, older couple, her husband passed away, and we went. They out respect.
Sorry to hear that. My condolences, brother.
Yeah, and my plans for Saturday got hoodwinked. We'll be in Little Rock, Arkansas, because we had an uncle that passed away.
Jesus.
So I gave my grandson my ticket.
He's a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
not really. He's a basketball
fan. Okay.
A player fan.
Player fan. All right.
Maybe he can borrow a hat from Rodney.
Yeah.
I
heard y'all talking about Bishop's favorite player, R.J. Barrett.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yo, these guys have been getting on me all night, sir.
Somebody gave Rodney a gift certificate for Lids, and he was in there holding a Knicks hat.
I'm not your favorite.
No.
Burn my hand. Burn my hand.
He tried it on, looked in the mirror. He tried it on, looked in the mirror.
Yeah.
Thought about pulling out his Ewins. He thought about pulling out his Ewins.
He dusted off the Sprewell jersey.
Nah, didn't happen.
Well, you know what, R? It wouldn't be that bad. I mean,
it wouldn't.
You were a Knicks fan. I mean,
were.
I know. I'm pretty sure you still got some kind of paraphernalia left. No,
he barely has Knicks paraphernalia.
He's got some Knicks footy pajamas.
What do they call Bishop?
Onesie. Yeah, a Knicks onesie.
He's got a Knicks romper.
Oh,
wow!
You know what? Not to get off the sports, but let me just thank you guys, because every step of the way, when something bad happened, there y'all were. Somehow, some way, we actually had a show.
Right.
After everything in my life went upside down, big on you four clowns.
Yep.
Wearing a onesie, Bishop.
Oh man. See, I can't deal with this right now. I can't deal with this. Oh my God, man.
He got the hole in the back, so he said,
I told him.
Oh no, a little button.
A little button flap.
He keep trying to ease it in on us, Dom. He keep trying to ease it back in on us. It's like make it more palatable.
But you know what, let me tell you something, R. I've gotten on people all year that are supposedly Knicks fans.
Right.
Now, of course, you left and you carried on somewhere else. These people call themselves Knicks fans. and I'll go to last year.
Yeah.
Get rid of Randall. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. For 10 months, they did this.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the Knicks started winning. Some of them actually disappeared from Twitter. They actually disappeared. Then came back. I was going through life-altering changes. Me and my new wife. I'm like, wait a minute. Come on. Just be honest.
Yeah.
Just be honest. Don't sit here and try to play somebody's fandom because you lost yours. That's the problem with this new thing on Twitter called Spaces.
Spaces, exactly.
Everything is recorded. So your takes are right there. And you don't need no receipts. There go your face. You go your voice and your name. And
they're
all
gonna say
sudden,
it's AI, Dom. It's AI.
Yeah, I was having life altering, me and my future wife, and I had to get off social. But all of that happened. And when the Knicks started winning, all them problems went away.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, can we thank the Knicks for your problems going away, or was it a coincidence? I don't know.
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
Right.
But see, so you're not that bad, Art. You got off the train and you got on another track.
Right. And went the opposite direction.
And tried to get back on the same team.
Well,
really? Come on.
And crashed and burned.
Thank you, Red. Thank you. And now they want to sit there.
I got your back, B. I got your back.
Yeah.
And they want to sit there and they get mad at me when I say, I ain't the one. Y'all know I'm like Chandler. I am here for the petty. What y'all did, I'm here for the petty. Yes, I am bringing up my boy Chandler.
That's all right. That's okay.
Don't bring that holding hands singing Kumbaya. I'm here for the petty, and I'm calling you out. Yep, it was you.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Stop.
Right.
Stop. Don't tell somebody how to be a fan now. When you weren't. You were talking about tanking. Here's the thing about the goalpost, guys. This is my favorite saying for them. How you keep moving the goalpost?
Right.
Yeah. Forgive my French or English. The fucking goalpost is in Saudi Arabia now. Y'all moved it so many times. The shit's in the Middle East. So knock it off. Knock it off. Because they can't say nothing else. They're done now. Because it was tank the picks.
Hold on.
Is this the tell them why you mad segment of the show?
I think it is.
I think we just moved into that.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Art.
Let me hear this guy because I know something's coming from this guy.
Dom, aka the Mad Rapper. Let them know why you mad.
Let them know why you mad.
Let them know why you mad. It's like, yo, I know it's a family show, but fuck it. I just want to say what I feel.
That's right. We're heading into the second hour of the show, so now everything's
I was just I'm feeling you, Dom, but I just wanted to. I know you were trying to. I know you would. I mean, you're a guy. You full of grace. You know what I'm saying? And you were extending grace to the host of the show. You were extending grace to the host of the show. But me, on the other hand, I'm here. I'm about to snatch that away.
I will say this, Bishop. One of the guys, I will say this, Bishop. One of the guys I met at this family's house. Right. We were talking sports, and the lady knows. She knows my wife. She knows we do podcasts. And I do the Bleed Blue show.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you think there'd be a chance for me to chime in? Give me your name. Give me your phone number. Guess where he's from, Bishop? Charlotte.
Wow.
Yep. I said, we got one of your homies that's on. I said,
exactly.
Now, these are some spiritual individuals. I was like, man, I can't promise you that everything's going to stay. I apologize. Yeah. I said, and one of the guys
Bible
that crosses the line, his name is Bishop. I didn't say the Bishop. His name is Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a bishop. And he'll be the first one to cross that line. So
exactly.
If you want to join in.
I know the Bible. I can quote some scriptures, I can correlate it
you'll throw a couple of F-bombs after it, but hey.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all good.
You got to have a couple of F-bombs on the show now.
Right. There's no F in amen.
Right. Yeah. Let me just address this one guy that's on the line with us right now named Bishop.
The Bishop.
Bishop.
No, Bishop. That's it. Yeah, I'm not giving you the. Okay, you are
Wow.
just Bishop.
It's all caps. The is
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Don't gas him up. Don't gas him up.
Yes.
Okay.
The Juice character.
Again.
He's the Juice character.
The Juice character.
Again,
Right.
he likes to assassinate my good character on this show, and even on In the Paint. What?
He said that with a straight face, y'all. He said that with a straight face.
Good character. That's what I said. Okay, because like I said, I had enough of the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? And I just went to Brooklyn. I still stay in New York. Still stay local, right? Because of that, he's butthurt. You understand what I'm saying? That's just what it is. He's butthurt.
What?
So
what I was referring to. What I was referring to is when you guys had the big three, and you are on your sanctimonious soapbox, telling us
you are hurt.
telling us how
Seek therapy.
telling us how we need to follow the blueprint of the Brooklyn novellas and how they're able to attract all of the big name free agents, and nobody wants to play in New York because of Dolan. Because the concession stands, because the arena's too cold.
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee, Charles Oakley, the Charles Oakley incident. Nobody wants to come there because of this, because of that. And you guys had the big three for like 27 minutes. Not even a full season. For 27 minutes, you had the big three, and then you went from the big three to to the miniature nobodies. Nobodies. And now it's like that humble pie. You got the nerve to tell us how we should, the blueprint that we should follow.
And now it's Ben Simmons' team.
Yeah, exactly. And Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, they've all have gotten together and filed a lawsuit against Ben Simmons to forbid him from wearing any of their shooting sleeve paraphernalia. And that's who you rooting for. And
I'm gonna stick by him.
Well, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and not to make light of it or anything like that, but it's kind of like, yo, I, for the life of me, I don't understand. Like, what are you depressed about? You're playing basketball. The game that you've played, that you claim to love, that you get paid millions of dollars for, to the point where you can't even pick up a ball and shoot it. The first thing that anybody does when they go to the basketball court, you don't know how to dribble. You don't know how to do anything else. You go to you pick up a ball and you start shooting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like you get paid millions of dollars and you won't even shoot it. You get on the court and you work on defensive slides. Like anything not to shoot.
Anything not to shoot. It's like, dude, and this whole idea that, hey, well, we got a lot of picks for KD, we got some picks for Kyrie. If you could not manage 3 superstars on the team, what makes you think that you're going to be able to take draft picks and make that into something?
We will.
And we all know that draft picks are like eating pork rinds. Sometimes you're going to get a good one, and sometimes you're going to get one of them hard ones. It just depends. You got to put it in your mouth. You just got to put it in your mouth and chew. That's what draft picks are like. Empty calories.
I think I know why Ben Simmons is depressed though. He should have never wore the shoot. He should have never wore the sleeve, the shooting sleeve.
Yeah.
Because I think he must have thought that was like that little thing on Disney where the girl spins that stick and magic happens.
I think. What is it, Tinkerbell?
Yeah, Tinkerbell.
Okay.
I think he would have been much better off because guess what? And all jokes aside, like Bishop's joking, but you see somebody with a shooting sleeve, who can't shoot, who won't shoot.
Does he know that he's not supposed to put it over his eyes?
Yeah, just take the sleeve off, and people will say, "All right, you know."
He's wearing it like a headband. You can't see.
That's got to be the craziest thing I ever saw. But just take it off, man.
This
There's
is rough.
nothing
This
wrong
is
with
rough.
that. Take it off.
Then this whole idea, we got Mikal Bridges, and Mikal Bridges looking over at the Knicks and salivating and longing and lusting to be on the New York Knicks roster. He looking at his college teammates and like, yo, what can I do? Yo, I want to be down. I want to be over here. It's like, yo, but
yeah,
I mean,
poor Bridges is like, whose Wheaties did I piss in? I ended up over here.
Exactly.
Ain't there a bridge that goes the other way?
Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask y'all a question? Do any of you guys, Reg, or any of y'all live in Brooklyn?
No. I used to.
Yes, I do.
No.
Or you live in Brooklyn?
I live in Brooklyn. I work in Brooklyn every day.
Okay.
All right.
I'm right across.
I was just confused. I understand why R did it.
I don't understand why R did it.
I'm talking to the guy from Charlotte. And he was like, wow, you've probably been a Knicks fan all your life, right? I was like, yeah, because I had my Knicks shirt on. I was like, yeah. I said, I could be honest. Seriously. The Knicks have probably taken 10 years off my life.
Yeah.
I should still be like 45 in dog years instead of 50-something, 57 in real years.
Well, if that's the case, then R looks like he got out just in time.
Yeah.
Whoa.
How old are you now, R? 58?
I'm turning my camera off.
He wants to know how old you are.
How old are you now, R?
I'm 59. I'm a year from 60.
Oh, wow.
All right.
A year older than me now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you got out, man. I told the guy, honestly, and his mother was there, and I was like, they stole at least 10 years of my life.
Got
they was like,
right.
you're that into it? I'm like,
I had to step away. I couldn't take it anymore.
So he picked a team with lowered expectations.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what?
I got it. You save yourself.
I'm gonna. You know what? Here's another bet, Sir Bishop. I'm willing to lose more money.
Uh-oh.
The bet is this. What?
I actually spent the $50 on you. You didn't enjoy the birthday video?
Yeah.
Man, get out of here, man. Get the hell out of here.
I spent it back on you. I asked if she wanted to do something strange for change, and that was pretty strange.
Did you at least get her name on?
No.
Did you like the milk? Did you like the milk touch?
Yeah.
I did. No, I did not. No, I did not.
I thought you would like that.
No, you thought wrong. So anyway, we will attract a premium free agent this offseason.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. With what money?
I mean, with what money? We have money.
Yeah. Remember, when you got rid of the guys that didn't want to be with you, you had to match contracts. You just don't say, I'm trading Dave. He's making $20 million, and I'm going to take somebody back that's making 45. No, we know it don't work like that. So, I hate to say it. I love Bishop. He's my brother Knicks fan, but I hate to say he's right. But y'all are in that realm now of draft picks. And you know what? You might get lucky. I mean, they might not be stars, but with the right grooming, they'll be good role players until you could get out of this quagmire. Because remember, guys, Bridges just signed that contract.
Yep.
He just signed that extension before he left Phoenix.
Right.
And he's a good ball player. He is.
Yeah.
He's a really good ball player. Is he somebody you build around?
Nope.
No. But he's a good ball player.
One night he'll give you 20. Yeah, one night he'll give you 25, and the next night he'll give you 6. And the next night he'll give you...
Stop.
I'll give you RJ Barrett. I'll give you RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, 2 draft picks, and we call it George.
Well, they're gonna have to get rid of some of the money because they got Ben Simmons.
I forgot about him.
They got to pay Simmons.
$40 million.
They got to pay Bridges. So if you want to attract some good free agents, you're gonna have to get rid of somebody, and nobody's taking Ben Simmons. Nobody.
No.
Nobody's taking Ben Simmons. So the only pieces that you have are Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges. Who else do you have? And
what about that guy that became a scorer? What's his name? Thomas? Cam Thomas?
Just don't ask him to do anything else. Don't ask him to play defense.
Right.
Don't ask him pass the ball. Don't ask him to have any basketball IQ. Don't
and
ask
when he
him.
does get in the game, Bishop, you better let him shoot, or he's going to the press.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know why I'm not shooting. Who are you?
Yep.
Are you Batman?
I need, and then and then you got Spencer Dim Goofy.
His value's going down. He done bounced around now.
That dude.
He lost some value. I like him. Don't get me wrong, but what do they say? Stock up, stock down. Stock down.
He's another one.
And I like my homie from North Carolina, Johnson. Good.
Yes.
Good piece off the bench. I don't know about a starter, but
he always hurt.
He's a good role player.
He always hurt though.
You're stuck. You're like right in the middle of
nowhere.
Yeah. From here to nowhere. You're between here and nowhere.
Oh man, I can't.
It's like, so no, we got draft picks. I keep telling everybody, no, we got draft picks. You do know who your GM is, right? You do know who the GM is. It's like, so even if you said, okay, well, we're gonna get rid of the GM and we're gonna get somebody in here, you're still at least 3 to 5 seasons away from making any kind of noise because you got
we ain't that far.
You got a roster full of guys. You got a roster full of guys who don't play defense. You got Curry, you got Spencer, you got Harris, you got a bunch of guys who Cam Johnson. You got a bunch of guys who don't play defense.
Well, Harris has been there the longest, right?
Yeah, then you got
Harris. He's been there the longest, right?
Yeah, and he's got a lot of money on his contract. He's got big bucks on his contract. And then you got
Joey Buckets.
The night before Christmas.
You still got that T-shirt on?
Are you kidding me? I threw that shit out, man.
The night before Christmas. What's the big man's name? What's the big guy's name? The tall,
Claxton.
Claxton.
I like
tough
him.
guy. The tough guy.
Yeah.
Tough guy. It's like, you weigh like 75 pounds and you trying to be tough. You trying to bully people. It's like, dude, like, knock it off. So, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. It looks pretty bleak. It looks pretty bleak. Sorry to say.
I still got confidence. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Right, and your team, man.
Yeah, right.
I'm a ride bottom.
Win, lose, or draw.
You know what it's like to suffer,
That's right.
You're damn right. I've been rooting for the Knicks for years. Exactly.
Yeah. You know what it's like. So this ain't new territory for you.
It's not.
And you get off the train at the wrong damn time.
Yeah, right. That's the bad part. All jokes aside.
Yeah.
I can see if you jumped off 10 years ago.
Right. No, it's like the next stop is success. Watch the closing doors. Oh, let me get off here.
You go to
Remember the movie American Gangster?
Yeah.
When the Italian guy tells Denzel, so you met at success. What do you want to become? Unsuccessful?
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You know what?
New American Gangster.
He's the guy. He's the guy.
Untitled.
He's the guy at the casino that was like, yo, I just spent like $2,000 in this machine.
Yep.
I'm moving, and then somebody just come over, put like $1 and put it in,
jackpot.
and put $1 million jackpot at the place that you was just sitting. There. Like, yo, this is bullshit. I was just at that machine.
He goes to another machine and loses more money.
Yeah.
That's,
You gotta leave R alone.
Yeah, no. These are the birthday punches.
It's like, happy birthday.
This is complete torture. This is complete torture.
Yeah, Oz been getting beat up all show.
Yeah, man. Man.
Gee,
I feel bad.
Just think about it. You create a show, host it, just to get beat up.
Exactly.
Was beating up R the last category on the show?
Yeah, exactly. This is the kick my ass podcast.
I guess discussing gun violence after all the violence.
Exactly. That might not be a good. That might not be a good thing.
Right. He's got he was a kick me sign on the front.
You might sling me in the streets to do some damage, man. Come on,
I want to see it coming.
It's like in this segment of Kick Me in the Balls.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Rodney Jones.
That's right.
Oh man.
And the Oasis.
Y'all are the worst. Y'all are the worst, man. Y'all are the absolute worst, man. All right. With that being said,
there we
rising gun violence and mental. You know what? Before you go into this, have y'all heard? I'm sure here in New York. I don't know if you guys heard about it. This case with the homeless guy and the Marine.
Yes.
That's going to be wild. That's because the more they talk about it, this is going to be wild,
bro. I saw the video to that, and that guy. My thing is he was getting hyped up like, oh, this is the Marines. Listen, calm your ass down. But at the same time, I gotta say this. And I hate this is gonna sound horrible, but you have to defend yourself out here because these homeless people, they can be over the top.
What was he doing though? What was he doing? Yelling and being disruptive. Welcome to New York.
It's kind of crazy because on Monday, the same day this happened, I went to the ball game. So that morning, what I do is when I go to the ball game, I park at Citi Field, and then I take the 7 into Manhattan and catch the A or the F, and to go downtown Brooklyn. And I was on the train Monday morning, and the car that I was in, I was in the F train, and this homeless young man got on the train, and it was sad to see. He was clearly there were mental issues. He wasn't bothering anybody, but it really it stuck with me. And then that day was when this happened, and so it made me think of this young man that was on the train. And I think that's somebody's child. And the story that I heard, I don't mean to co-opt this, but it just was on my mind. The story that I heard today, the latest is that the young man, when he was 14, his mother was murdered. And he's going through some serious mental health stuff. He used to be a Michael Jackson impersonator on the trains and stuff like that. So it's coming out more and more. So when the story first broke, we just got word of this homeless guy that was harassing people, and this Good Samaritan jumps in and stops the guy, and unfortunately the young man passed away in the struggle. But then now, as the days are going on, more and more is unfolding, and this is really going to, I think it's going to be a big story, in the coming days and weeks.
Was he really a good Samaritan?
Well, that's the question.
Right.
That's now because the narrative has shifted. The narrative, on Monday was this Good Samaritan jumps in and he stops this guy from harassing people, and something happened and the guy died, but everybody was like, the police, let this guy go, and weren't going to charge him with anything. But then as more and more is unfolding, and eyewitnesses and so forth, it's starting to come out that it might be more than that. And so there were protesters now. And so it's going to take on, this is going to be, unfortunately, probably like the next big story. This is our
Let me ask you guys something.
Please.
Let me ask you guys something. I wondered if he would have sprung into action if the person who was yelling and being disruptive on the train was a white guy with mental illness. Would he have sprung into action and put him in the chokehold? Would he have done the same thing? Because he wasn't touching anybody. He was just being a typical New York, yelling on the train, being belligerent, and that's it.
Bishop, I obviously I think this is what people are going to think of because the racial component of it, but I don't know that it was racial. I don't.
Well, if you look at the video and you see a white guy straddled on a black guy who's struggling to breathe, and he's got a chokehold on him, it's obvious that he has control of this. He has physical control of this guy.
You can see that.
It was the intent, though. Again, we always want to bring color into it. We didn't bring color in a couple of weeks ago when the black guy's walking down the street and hits the cop upside the head with a bottle. Out of nowhere. Off the back of the police officer's head with a bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
So now they got to wrestle him to the ground, but we got to be careful how we wrestle him because, and again, I hate to say this, guys, because y'all know how I feel about mental illness. 22 vets a day commit suicide.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a rat's ass. But now every situation is mental health, gun violence, and no knock, guys. I am a New Yorker. You guys got the craziest of laws. We had a guy that just murdered a couple of people in New York that was out on bail after shooting 2 cops.
Yeah.
And he already had 5 weapons charges.
Right.
He was out on bail.
Now,
bail. This, to me, is a bigger story than black, white, Hispanic, Jewish, whatever. It's the laws and what the DAs in New York City are doing to let these people out. Because we're trying to make a wrong a right and making it even wronger. You're letting violent. I can see if Dave had 16 traffic tickets. That's not going to put him in jail for 5 years for traffic tickets.
Right.
But that one incident, this dude shot 2 cops. Thank God they didn't die.
Right.
He shot 2 cops, already had 4 or 5 gun charges, and some DA gives him bail. What? And then he murders 2 people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll say this.
How do you spin that? I mean,
well, let me just say this about it to Bishop's point. I tell you, I am very outspoken when it comes to things that I deem to be a racial situation. So that because of that, I try to be slow to judge on the situation, because it's very easy to go down that rabbit hole and then start feeling a certain type of way and getting angry and so forth. So I hesitate. It's obvious there is a racial component just looking at it, but I don't know that the intent was, although we know in this country there is a sense of vigilantism that happens and is perpetrated a lot on people of color, because there is a power dynamic, and you have cops who are of the same mindset, and so when they go into environments predominantly people of color, and there are encounters, they do view people automatically as being the worst before they're given the benefit of the doubt. So I'm not to Bishop, I'm not saying that you're not right, but I am slow. I'm trying to be very slow before I jump into that basket of,
and that's fair.
Racial.
Well,
that's fair.
The thing that stood out to me, and it's like, okay, they brought up the fact that this guy is a Marine. Former Marine, whatever. So that means he's had some sort of hand-to-hand combat training, correct now? He's had some kind of training on restraining people, some kind of training on overpowering. So it's clear that he's well versed in how to get control of somebody, how to deal with somebody hand to hand. So I just think that there was so many other options that you could have explored. Then get this guy in the chokehold and then holding on to the chokehold. Like, you already got him under control. You don't have to keep squeezing.
That's going to be the key in that video.
But now remember something, guys, because you want to bring up the race card, you want to bring up mental health. Let's not be surprised if we hear this Marine was suffering from PTSD.
Oh, we're going to hear that.
Yeah. He wasn't mentally stable to begin with, and
if I was his lawyer, I would definitely.
You have to prove it. I mean, Dave, you have to prove. He had to claim PTSD, or he was deployed. Because everybody that's deployed to, let's say, Afghanistan, Iraq, they don't all come back with PTSD, guys. Though they saw some bizarre shit. Either they don't try to claim it, or some of them might still be on active duty, so they don't want to ruin their careers. They'll wait till it's over. But don't be surprised if we hear, this Marine was in Fallujah during the uprising, and because a lot of Marines were involved in that.
Right.
So Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I hate playing that card, man, because that card means so much to me.
That card does.
That mental health card.
Right.
It's like we'll just throw that out there when we feel like throwing it out there, and let's see if it sticks.
Some of this is on the administration in New York too, because they closed a lot of these
I just said that.
mental health facilities. They closed a lot of these mental health facilities. And you got these people. You got these people out on the street. They're not getting their medication. They're not being seen. They close a lot of these to develop like luxury condos and all of this stuff.
There you go.
And it's like, so now you have a whole. That's why New York has so many, like an explosion of homeless.
Yeah.
Because you've put these people out on the street.
Yeah.
It's a business.
It's a business. Okay, fend for yourself. And
just think, New York ain't got jack on California, namely San Francisco.
Right. Yeah. But it's a business here in New York. It's a business, and it's probably a business in California as well. All right. Somebody's pocket is getting lined, or several people's pockets are getting lined for having homeless people. You understand?
Right. But back in the days, guys, and I know y'all are old enough to remember, New York, like even when I used to come home on leave, New York always seemed, and again, talking about a business, New York always seemed to have them hotels that were just for shelters.
Yes, absolutely.
Somebody's making an arm and a leg.
Yep.
Providing these homeless people shelter. Were they the safest conditions? No. Cleanest? No. But they looked at it as shelter for the homeless.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What happened to that?
Yeah.
You know, you got people in California, Dave, Bishop, Red. Y'all seen the videos. They got whole areas that are labeled tent city.
Tent city.
Right. Exactly.
You know who has which I really was surprised by. I guess because I just didn't know, but if you ever go down to Atlanta, I went down there and they were all over the place. And a lot of these, and I was very surprised. But Atlanta is a very interesting city because a lot of people transplants do very well down there. And for the women, they're very successful. But there's also, it's like the haves and the have-not. Really down there, because you have, and then of course there's that jealousy because you got a lot of, like, say, New Yorkers, Northerners who go down down to Atlanta. They get good jobs, make a lot of money,
right?
And the women are plentiful down there. But then you have that part of the community that's born and raised down there that are struggling,
right?
And so the dynamic between the haves and the have-not. It can be very contentious. So you can't
that's similar to that movie.
New York is kind of
what was that? School Days.
Guys.
School Days, yeah.
Because you look at a lot of areas, Atlanta, San Francisco, California.
Yeah,
those are, for the most part, warm climate.
Yes.
So it's not as, I hate to say this, guys, please don't take this the wrong way. It's not as hard to be homeless in those areas than it is in, like, New York, where
you see them more. You see them more on the street.
It's even prevalent here. I mean, in North Carolina, the weather is good. We got an area right in Fayetteville. It's called Under the Bridge. It's like runs under I-295.
Right.
You see the shopping carts, the blankets, and the boxes, but again, they could survive. What, Bishop? A good 10 months is basically nice weather here. I mean, we get our little cold spells, but
but not the brutal winters.
Yeah, but New York City, I mean, and just think, a lot of the homeless in New York are in Manhattan with the water, the wind.
Yeah,
that's.
I'm
with Bishop. I blame these administrations.
Yeah.
All this shit y'all talk, all this money you collect, and you just leave these people.
And it's dumb and we're talking about a lot of money. A lot of money. If they really wanted to end this, you can't tell me they couldn't end this. Nobody could tell me that. You can end it because you got so much money.
Yeah.
You understand?
See the problem here,
without getting too political, because we don't want to pick sides. Let's just take facts. Bosnia.
Yeah.
The uprisings in Central America, the uprisings now in Ukraine, Afghanistan. We sure as hell in 5 good minutes find housing for them in our country.
Right.
We can't find it here.
Yeah.
We opened up, guys, Fort Dix, New Jersey. Y'all are all familiar with Fort Dix, New Jersey. Back in 1994, around that time frame when Milosevic was doing the ethnic cleansing in Bosnia, if y'all remember this.
Yeah.
Yes.
They took a whole section of Fort Dix. Out of nowhere, guys.
Right.
Fences went up in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Barracks were converted, washing machines, brand new showers,
Yeah.
turned open bays into 2-3 bedroom apartments. All this shit happened like they never stopped working.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, and again, you saw it in Africa, you've seen it in Afghanistan, you've seen it in Iraq. All these people that plead this, what is that word we call political asylum?
Asylum, yeah.
Yeah, they cry asylum, and they again, I am not knocking what they're doing. We already have enough problems at the border. But when you let these people come and we can overnight find somewhere to put them.
Right.
So we opened up military installations, guys. And there was a time, folks, when 22% of the homeless population in this country were fucking vets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who are familiar with military installations.
Yeah.
But you couldn't find them a room.
No.
Yeah.
And now it's at a whole country scale. And again, not to pick sides, not to say they don't. I'll be honest, they don't deserve it before our people. I'll put that shit out there in case anybody's listening.
So
they don't deserve it faster than ours.
Exactly.
It makes me wonder, though. When you mentioned these asylum seekers, from all over the world, do you think the issue here is it homelessness or is it mental health? Because if they're coming from these other countries, they don't usually have a stigma of they are coming because they are having mental health issues. But if you're homeless here, U.S. born and raised in New York, there is a stigma attached to it of something that you did wrong,
right?
And maybe that's why they are looked at differently.
But let's say it this way, Dave. I think it's easier, whether it's rules and regulations. I think it's much easier for us to vet. We all heard the word vet.
Yeah,
I think it's a lot easier for us to vet our people, which we do.
Yeah.
But when somebody comes across the border, we ain't vetting shit.
Well, no,
we went back to catch and release.
I agree with you, but I'm just
we had
wondering.
Years of that. We had years of that. We tell our, you need to be in court.
Yeah.
Where's R at?
Right.
He's in the country now.
Right.
Yeah. So one of the things that you gotta, I think we're glossing over, is if they're not in the mental health system, they let them out on the street, and 9 chances out of 10, they're gonna wind up in the penal system.
Yeah.
Once they wind up in the penal system, now I'm still gonna be making money. So I may release them out into the public, but they'll do something because they're not equipped to live amongst independently in society. So they're gonna do something that basically they go to court. They need some mental health, but the solution for it is to incarcerate them. And when you get incarcerated, then you make the money because it's like they're still building new prisons, still building. They got to fill them up, and how are they going to fill them up? We got customers. If you trespass and if you're doing this, if you loitering, if you're doing this, you can't afford the $500 bail or the $1,000 bail, so you'll languish in the system. And then 9 chances out of 10, maybe they'll sentence you to this, and now you got a record. Then you do something else, they sentence you to a longer period of time. Then finally, you've done enough loitering or whatever, and they just long-term sentence you, and then so they're making money off it either way.
But we're making money off of ours, Bishop. Let's say y'all remember that? Y'all remember that just recently? I think yesterday, the guy in Atlanta shot 5 people.
Yeah.
He was extradited back to Mexico 5 times.
Right. Yeah.
5 times. We couldn't put him in one of our prisons that Bishop says has the money, has the space.
Right.
Well, they deported him. He was in prison, and they deported him, and then he got back in.
That's what I'm talking about. How did he get? This is what I mean about the vetting process. We will vet our people to death.
Yeah.
To either join the military, be a cop, be a teacher, be a fucking janitor,
whatever.
Absolutely.
We'll vet the shit out of our own people.
Right.
But we'll tell R coming across from Nicaragua or Mexico, hey, we'll see you in court on August 1st. How many of them you think are going to court?
Right.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Great policy there. Catch and release. Let's let them go and see if they come back. But we'll take our people and give them the bishop and say, we have the room. We're building prisons out the ass.
Yeah.
And we'll let everybody else run ruckshire in our country.
But there's money to be made.
And then we'll play the mental health card. We don't even know this guy from Mexico.
Right.
But I bet you we'll hear something about mental health.
Yeah.
Because he had a gun. Oh shit. If you got a gun, you gotta have a problem.
Right.
I'll tell you a story, guys, real quick. I was at Starbucks today. Young man walks by, red shell-toe Adidas, t-shirt, Hollis, Queens. He comes and sits next to me. We're talking. I said, hey, how long you been living here? About 10 years. We got on the gun thing, and Bishop's familiar with this here in the South. We carry guns. I don't. And I own one. I do not like carrying it with me. And the guy asked me, he said, you have a gun? I said, I own one. He said, me too. He said, do you always feel it necessary to bring it out the house? I said, I never do. He said, but then do you ask yourself, why do I have one? I said, no, I basically have one for protection of me and my wife in my home. You know, somebody comes in my house, like, Lord knows I know how to shoot a motherfucker.
Right.
But I'm not that guy that's going to walk around in Bishop season all the time. People out here with guns, holsters, it's open carry, so you got to show the weapon. And I was like, do you do that? He was like, oh, man. Again, you know, Mr. D, I'm from Hollis, Queens. I walk down the street here, and I feel like, man, if somebody pulls a gun on me, I'm just fucked because I don't think it's going to happen. I'm like, okay. Now, again, he's comparing where he's from in New York City to North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina. He said, you know what, Mr. D, there's so many former military people here that I'd have a hell of a time getting in a shootout with all these people. I'd sooner just stay in the house, let them do their thing, and hopefully everything will be all right in the morning. But that's how I am. Like, I don't know if Bishop has a permit, but
yeah, I do.
I don't carry my gun.
I do.
I think it left the house twice to go to the range.
Bishop said, I do.
Yeah, I know Bishop does. Yeah,
I do. I take it everywhere. I take it to church.
Do you?
I take it to Walmart. I take it to Walmart.
You go to church?
That's when I was going. Well, yeah, I go to church. I take it with me because it's
you
like,
have a concealed Bishop?
Yep.
I didn't go to class for that yet.
Wow.
Do they call you Bishop when you go to church?
No.
The Bishop.
It's like it's crazy because I used to be like that, right? I used to be like that. I just said, okay, well,
right.
I just have it at home. I just have, for protection of my family and so forth. But then it's like, when you go out and you get somebody crazy who just decides that day, today is the day. Today is the day.
I'm inches away from that, Bishop. Trust
today is the day.
I'm inches away from that.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not Dirty Harry. I don't
not looking for trouble.
I'm not looking for any type of altercation or anything like that. But if somebody so happens to call my number, for damn sure, they're gonna get it. It's like, yo,
and you know what? I don't know about where you live, Bishop, but there's churches here where I live that they got people in the church strapped.
Oh yeah. There's churches. Quiet is kept. There's churches here where they got them.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
they're strapped.
It's like,
we'll matter of fact, one of the biggest churches in my area was where they had the George Floyd Memorial in Rayford, North Carolina, right down the street from where I live.
Yeah. Okay.
You know how many people were strapped in there? And it's right next to one of the biggest churches, Rockfish Memorial, right next to it.
Okay.
And that church has cops on the outside. They stop traffic and they stay there till the service is over and do the traffic, but they're cops. Yeah. And there's people, I visited that church and they're not even hiding it. They're not even doing the concealed thing. They got their gun. You're coming into church. How you doing, brother? Amen. Praise the Lord. He got damn
Right.
Yeah.
on his hip.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we have the Bibles and bullets.
Yeah. That's exactly.
And it's weird not to get off this. It's almost. I hate to say this, and again, Bishop's a good carry on for this. It's like the norm here. Like I remember when I first moved here, and I was at the DMV, and there's a dude online with a gun. I'm like, got to be a cop.
Right.
Got to be a cop. People just don't walk around with guns. He got to be a cop. And the girl in front of me said, "You think he's a cop?" I was like, "Damn, you heard me." I thought I was talking to myself.
Yeah.
She said, "Yeah, I heard you." She said, "No, it's called open carry. You know, they get a permit."
Yeah.
And
I mean, look at those states like, Texas and, the whole Bible Belt. The Bible Belt is attached to a holster.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Florida. Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
and there was a time,
anything
guys,
goes in Florida.
Yeah, there was a time I thought, come on. But now I'm inches away from Bishop, where when I leave the house, I'm thinking about, why do I have this gun if I'm not gonna?
Yeah, it's funny that you met somebody from Hollis. I wonder if it's anybody that I know, but my thoughts on it within the last year or so has changed a lot. I mean, I still believe that there has to be some kind of control and monitoring of, anybody can't just walk in there and buy these things. Right. But I had an attitude before of, no, I don't want one. Now I'm looking into some of the laws here in New York, and
some of the strictest.
I'm not opposed to it because they have lifted some of the so they're making it more open for people to get.
They were illegal. Those
That's
laws
right.
were illegal.
That's right.
Exactly.
When you're
I still remember growing up, the Sullivan law in New York, automatic 5 years.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. And then they add on for every bullet.
Yeah.
When you're up north, what they do is they make it this misnomer or this thing where if you have a gun, you're bad.
Right.
And it's kind of like, nah, it's the intention with the gun that's the bad thing. The actions with the gun, that's the bad thing. Just having it, this doesn't make you bad. And if you're going through the right channels and you doing it all legal, I don't understand why it's there's such resistance to granting people permits.
Let's be honest, guys.
Well,
you know how I am about numbers. Numbers will show that violent crimes with weapons are not from people that have permits or are licensed to carry a firearm.
Right.
We don't even know where they got this firearm from to begin with. So it ain't the people that are doing it legally. It's, the Wild Wild West atmosphere where I got a gun, and I'm going to go stick somebody up, or I'm going to go, I got a gun. So totally the opposite of what I'm doing.
Yeah, I got a gun. I'm going to use it. Exactly.
Right. Now you got guys that have illegal shit that say, "Oh, I got to use it." Why do I have a gun if I ain't going to stick somebody up? Or
and these ghost guns and all that.
Exactly.
God, dude.
The one thing that always kind of puzzled me was the fact that they make it so difficult here in the city.
Man, they don't want you to have it because they don't want you to have it.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, they don't want certain people to have it. I'll just say that.
Well, about 5 to 7 years ago, they had this big expose on. They had a certain amount of permits that they were allowed in the city, and they were basically granting those permits to the Hasidic community in turn for like money and favors and all of that. And they have their shamram security within each of the communities. They were granting those permits to those neighborhoods, and it's kind of like no matter what you did, because when I was in New York, I went through all the channels. I had people write character references and all kind of stuff, and it's kind of like and they still like no. So it's like, well, why did you make me jump through all of these hoops?
There you go.
Exactly. All of this stuff. If you were just going to deny it and tell me no, and then I got down here to North Carolina, and it's like, well, only thing you need is to be a resident and not have a criminal record and not have any mental Now you have any mental issues. Now, coming to North Carolina here, I could get a assault rifle without anything.
Just going in by it.
Yeah. An assault, like an AR-15. You can get an assault rifle quicker than you can get a gun. It's a long gun. You can go buy that.
Wow.
Just like, hey, let me get a box of those diapers over there. Let me get some Bengay, and let me get this assault rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah. So,
and I will admit, I was one of those. I think I told y'all when I went to get my permit. I went in there all cocky, military ID, and I kind of sort of got the waiver on the PTSD. The sheriff was a former soldier. I go, I give him my information. I didn't even get home, and they called me. I was in the car. I just left the sheriff's office. I'm in my car. Mr. Donato, you might want to come back. I'm like, I come back. The sheriff comes out. Mr. Donato, I hate to tell you this, we can't approve. Let me just tell you this. I ain't gonna say what we can't do. It was during COVID. He said, you're gonna have to drive to Lumberton and pay your $300 something because your license has been suspended for like 6 months, excuse me. I'm like, what? Wow. I got a speeding ticket, paid a lawyer. They're supposed to take care of all of this. When they got done taking care of everything, they never gave me the bill for the court fees. So I thought I was good to go. I paid them enough money. I'm thinking they took care of everything for it. Right. I paid like $600. I had to go all the way to Lumberton. He said, look, man, I know who you are. Go there, get your license, bring it back, and we'll. So they stopped me for just having. He was joking with me. He's like, damn, son. You've been riding dirty for 6 months.
You lucky they didn't arrest you.
Nobody tell you. I'm
right.
You lucky they didn't arrest you.
Yeah.
He said a good thing you came in here to get a permit for your weapon, huh? I was like, I assume, yeah.
Well, they ain't gonna pull you over. You're driving a fancy vehicle. You're older gentleman. You're not a threat. He was like, yo,
true.
Go right ahead. Yo, move. Yo, get out of his way.
Right.
Get out of his way.
But here's the ugly thing about it, guys. $1,000 later, not for what I paid for the gun. $1,000 later in fines and court fees. Just for what? I mean, granted, I was going a little fast, so I don't know if they do it up north. Down here, they call it danger, some kind of dangerous driving, hazardous, some shit.
Yeah.
They have something like that.
Yeah, I got spanked for that. Right. But again, I paid these fools, and they was like, "Oh, Rodney, don't worry about coming. We got all of this." 6 months later, I'm getting calls on the carpet. I'm like, ain't this a bitch? Thank God I went and got a permit.
Wow. Yeah,
The crazy part is the fine for the actual speeding itself is like $15, $25 because I was going to Virginia one time and I got pulled over. I was doing 95 and it was 65 miles an hour. I was doing 95.
Oh, so you just a little fast.
Yeah, just a little bit. The trooper was on the other side, going in the opposite direction. He says that he clocked me. I'm like, there's no way that you clocked me.
No.
There's no way. No way. You were traveling in the opposite direction. And then again, are you sure it was me? Because there's tons of black vehicles on this highway. Are you sure it was me? Because you got off, got back on, and then just caught up to the first black vehicle that you saw and pulled me over. Still, no matter. He said I was going like 80 miles an hour. I was actually doing 95.
So he didn't clock you.
No, he didn't clock.
He just made it up. Yeah.
But he just made it up. Had to go to court. I knew it was the fix was in already. Yeah. But I was just like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna take it to court. I did a trial. I presented my own case. I questioned him, and I thought I presented a pretty good case, but the fix was already in. So they made me pay the fine. The fine itself was like $25.
Okay.
The administrative fee
and the court fees,
the processing court fees,
was
like $400.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm like, yo.
But so let me ask you this: did you have an option if you didn't contest it? Could you have just paid it online?
You still would have had to pay the administrative fees.
Right.
You still would have had to pay that. I just
it happened to me right where Bishop's talking about. And I swear to God, guys, that I never in my life played the race card. I'm getting off the highway, I-95 in Virginia. I'm getting off the highway. This cop pulls in behind me. And I'm like, the fuck? So I pull over. He gets out the car. He looks across me, a black cop. He looks across me and looks at my wife. I'm like,
here we go.
He was like,
here we go.
License and registration. So I tried the dummy trick. You know, I dropped my military ID by accident. He told me you were doing 85 miles an hour on the off ramp. I'm like,
on the off ramp?
On the fucking off ramp. I'm like Bishop. The fix is in.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I go. I'm not gonna go to court. First of all, I'm not driving back to Virginia. The shit can't be that much.
But
I get the bill in the mail, $435. I'm like, I'm debating this shit. Should I go play the race card? I'm like, nah, don't want to do that either. But come to find out, I forgot what it's called when you're going 25 miles over. It's hazardous some shit.
So I think it's basically operation of a vehicle or something like that.
Yeah, some crazy terminology. So in the long run, guys, I paid $465 for the ticket, but it cost me thousands of dollars for 4 years on my insurance.
Oh, yeah.
That part I didn't factor in.
Right.
I didn't factor that part in. Jeez. I'm like, this motherfucker, excuse my language.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy. And I'm telling you guys, this is no bullshit. I've never done this before. Homeboy came to my car, didn't even ask for my driver's license yet. He looks across the window and sees my wife sitting there.
Yep, you get the ticket.
Yeah. And I'm like this, I'm thinking, oh man, what am I paying? $100-something. I go online to pay this shit. I ain't going back to Virginia. I already had enough putting up with this shit. Let me go online and give me the information. Shit said $460. I was like, God damn. But again, I didn't know nothing. Then my friend, who's my insurance agent, Kelly, she called me. She was like, Dom, why didn't you get a lawyer? Didn't you get all these things in the mail about a lawyer? They would have helped you with the points. And no, I didn't know you could do that shit. I thought these letters were scams.
Let me tell you, Dom, you were lucky it wasn't Jim Crow or something, because they would have got you for transporting something else.
Yeah. For that price, guys, I'll tell you what, I learned a valuable lesson. I will do next time. I will do what Bishop did. I will go there, put on my Perry Mason hat.
That's it.
Fuck this shit. I'm going down fighting.
Yeah.
Make them work. Make them work for it. Make them work for it.
That's right. And you know what? I learned one thing. A good friend of mine, he was a lieutenant colonel. He said, Dom, if you ever get a ticket, when you fight it, they have to bring the radar gun. They have to bring the calibration certificates and when it was calibrated, on what date, what was it calibrated at. He said a lot of them won't do it. And they'll just say, let
me ask you this, Dom, you said he was on the other side of the highway, going the opposite direction, right? So was he stationary or was he moving?
Dave, I have no idea where he was at. All I know is I'm getting off the ramp in Virginia. I go to the same Starbucks all the time. I see the whoopee lights. I'm like, he can't be looking for me.
Right.
Next thing you know, you're going slow off the ramp. At least I was. Next thing I know, he's like right on my bumper. I'm like, oh shit, let me pull over. Maybe I got a flat. And again, he gets out his car, comes over to my car, and like breaking his fucking neck. I'm like,
wow.
Right.
All right. I've heard of this before, but it's not happening to me. Like Bishop says, I always have a nice car, look pretty, decent. And I played the dummy car. I pulled my military ID, dropped it. And motherfucker ain't pay attention to that shit.
No, he saw all he wanted to see.
Exactly. Thank you, Dave. I hate to say it like that, but And I'm like,
I see what I saw.
That's it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was working in Virginia at the time, so I could go to the court and fight it. And it's like, again, like I thought, because the cop, I thought he wouldn't show up, because sometimes they don't show up, and if they don't show up, they dismiss it.
Exactly.
So I was like, yo, what's the worst? He don't show up. So he did show up. He did show up, and I questioned him. I questioned whether or not he was trained properly, calibrating.
Good for you.
Because more than one person uses that equipment. So I'm like, did you recalibrate it? Once you got a hold of it for your shift, because somebody else could have calibrated. And it's like, how often is this serviced?
Wow.
When were you trained? When were you trained? When's the last time you was certified and trained on operating this piece of equipment? And I asked him, well, what's your education level? Because you would have to have a degree in physiology in order for you, who were driving in the opposite direction.
That's right. Exactly.
To basically determine how fast that I was going in a moving vehicle if you're moving in the opposite direction.
Thank you.
With
that's what I was asking.
With obstructions across the roadway. And then the judge was like, and I was like, well, I mean, are you a physiologist?
Right.
It's like, so how often are you on that roadway? Because now we're talking about whether this is a speed trap or whether you just targeting motorists. And it's like, well, how many black trucks were on the roadway at that point? So you just single mine out. He says, well, it has big wheels on it. All SUVs have big wheels on it.
Exactly.
That sounds very scientific.
Yeah, all SUVs have big wheels on it. So are you sure it was me? Are you sure it was even me? Because when you got off, because I made him explain, when he got off the exit and came back around, it's like, so you lost sight of vision of the vehicle. So you could have just chosen my vehicle.
That's
you
it.
Just chose me.
Wow.
And we had, it's like, it was. I thought I did a pretty good job. And
it sounded like it.
Yeah, I thought I did a pretty good job. I did my research, and it was kind of like, you're gonna have to work for this. But then the judge is like, oh, do you have any closing arguments and so forth? But from the statements that he was making, I'm like, I learned something today. I learned that no matter what you do, somebody got to pay these fees.
You ain't winning.
Somebody got to pay these fees. Somebody got to pay these administrative fees. So it's a sucker born every minute.
And that's going to be you.
I learned another good lesson this weekend. My brother Bishop texted me, "Hey man, how far you live from?" I forgot where it was. He was going to this area. He said, "Hey, I might stop by on my way back."
Okay.
All right, hit me up. No, I'm talking to my wife. Oh man, Bishop. She goes out and buys a pineapple, cuts the pineapple open, makes coconut rice with shrimp, coconut pineapple shrimp. You think he'll like this? I was like, honey, he didn't say he was coming. He said, well, if you don't come, we're gonna eat it. I'm like, that's a lot of shit to go through for this fucking guy that we don't even know. You think he called me?
Yo, you know what happened? No, you know what happened?
What happened was
we got there, and my son was at a sleepover. He was at a sleepover, so it's just my wife and I. We didn't have the kids for the first time. And he called my wife non-stop because he was at a sleepover. He didn't want to take a shit and blow their bathroom. So he was there with a headache.
You didn't go home the same day, did you, Bishop?
The next day, the very next morning. I stayed. I got there Saturday. I got there Saturday at about 5:30.
Wow.
And we left Sunday at about about 8 o'clock.
Right.
We got back on the road to get back home because he didn't want to blow up his buddy's bathroom. It's like, yo, you do it here all the time, dude. Now all of a sudden you live here.
Talk about lawyers. My wife was like, how well you know this guy?
Oh God.
I met him, on the podcast. Right. I know what he looks like.
Right.
He looks like Jamie Foxx.
he said, you gave him the address? I was like, well, how else is he going to get it? Matter of fact, I didn't even give him my address yet. I said, I'm going to give it to him when he tells me he's on the way.
Yo, is he weird? Like what is he?
So check this out, Bishop. She goes to church and she comes back. And remember that day, Bishop, it was pouring all of the day. So I'm thinking, man, maybe he don't want to stop because of the weather.
Right.
My wife's like, all right, she gets all the stuff out. I'm like, honey, he might not stop because I didn't know about his son not wanting to shit in the house.
Right.
But it's like 11 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock. Right. She's in there fucking got the shit all dressed up. And I'm like, I hope you got somebody to give some of this shit to. Because she said, is his wife with him? I said, I assume. Yeah. Does he have kids? Are they with him? I don't know, honey. I wasn't drilling the fucking guy. He said he might stop by. Don't be going through all this. Well, if it don't rain, then we can put stuff on the grill. I'm like,
oh man,
honey, I don't know this dude, man.
Right.
Wow. So she's making up that. So we definitely got it.
Now you owe.
Yeah. Exactly.
But you know what, guys? We made a pact. that when COVID was over, we was all gonna meet down south.
Yeah.
I mean, Mac ain't here with us no more, but
yeah,
we still gotta, uphold our end of the deal.
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I'll probably be in New York before y'all come here.
Right, because
Right.
we missed you in February.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
if you ever stop in
I
Charlotte,
yeah.
if you ever in
And this
Charlotte,
guy Bishop lives like maybe 2 hours from me, max.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's
So
not bad.
I owe. So when you come back to Charlotte, my wife and I will take you and your wife out.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Come to Charlotte.
Yeah.
No,
You'll be
I
in
would
my
feel
neck of the
bad,
woods.
Bishop, with my fancy
Nah.
cars, and I gotta have
Nah.
somebody buying me lunch.
Nah,
No, we got some. No, we in the South, man. We got some pretty fancy
Maybe I'll
cars
drive
down here
my
too.
Toyota when I
Yes,
come
sure
to your
do.
house.
Yes, sure do.
No. You can drive your Mercedes. We got some pretty fancy cars over
Yeah,
here.
that's a fact.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what my brother-in-law tells me today. I was telling him, I'm gonna have to fly to Little Rock. He said, "Well, what about your ticket for the game?" I'm like, I'm gonna give it to Little Donnie.
Right.
He said, "Man, you don't think you could drive down there Saturday or Sunday? I mean Friday, go to the game Saturday, drive back Sunday morning, get on the plane and go to Little Rock?" I'm like, bro, I'm 58 years old. I can't be doing all that shit by myself.
Man, you already know.
I was almost tempted, guys. Serious. As much as I hate Bishop, I was almost tempted. But the prices were crazy. Like I paid $310 for the 300 section.
Wow.
Okay.
I was gonna ask Bishop, hey Bishop, you want to go?
I would have went.
We'll ride together. My son will put us up in his house. Then this shit in Arkansas came up, and Bishop would have been stuck with a ticket driving to Florida by himself.
Yeah,
and I'd have felt bad.
I'd have had my white outfit.
Yep.
In Miami, they want everybody to wear white.
Yeah, white out.
White out.
I would have my white outfit on with my Knicks jersey on top.
I already had my Ewan jersey out. And,
boy.
I was debating. Should I put my Willis Reed in the bag?
So the next time Bishop says he's coming, just let your wife do takeout.
I'm gonna
do takeout. Buy White Castle, frozen White Castle.
Here you go.
I'm actually no. I'm gonna tell my wife too. I'm gonna tell my wife too. We actually going to stop by. We're gonna stop by, and if you ever in Charlotte, just holler.
And make sure your son uses the bathroom first.
No, I'm like, yo, dude. Like he was calling my wife. He was calling my wife like nonsense. He knew better to call me. 12.
Oh,
he knew better to call me.
Yeah. He probably dropped some turds.
Yeah. Better than to call me because I'd have been like, yo, dude, just go take a shit, dude.
Right.
Like,
call it a day. That's it.
It's like, yo, just go take a shit, and if you blow it up, you do the same thing at home. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Do they own a house? Bishop, was he at somebody's house?
He was at somebody's house.
Okay.
I would say go in the backyard.
Nah, he was in somebody's house, and they were all staying. He said they were all staying in one room, and they had a bathroom in the room.
I got you. I got you.
He was like,
his point.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, I'm not
gonna do
that. I was like, yo, they don't have. It's like, yo, I would have told him, yo, they ain't got another bathroom that you could go to, like, half bath or something. You can go in there.
Right.
I see his point. I see his point.
I see it. I absolutely see it.
Yeah, I see
do it real quick and just break out before anybody know who did it.
When you got him, did he make it home before he had to go?
He came inside. It was like a terrorist activity. It was like terrorism going on up in here. It was like, yo,
oh man,
la.
That's funny. Yo, all right. I think we're gonna call it a night, man. But I want to thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you good?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I gotta make sure.
No, this was a good show.
Yeah, I agree. I appreciate you guys. David, Dom, thanks for coming in. Reg, and of course my arch nemesis.
Is Reggie still there?
He's probably sleeping.
Okay.
No, bowling.
Are you serious?
I thought he liked us changing the date so he wouldn't be bowling.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I already got on about that.
Avid bowler Reg has been a bowler since like high school. Like he's been like that dude.
I already got on him. I said, bro, Thursday was for you, and now you're telling me you're bowling. I'm like, are you serious?
That's his thing, though. I'm surprised he's not on the bowling tour or something.
I was subbing tonight.
Can I ask y'all a question before we go?
Yes, sir.
I was looking at the list of names that attended Mark's service, the thing y'all had.
Yes.
Do any of y'all know the woman named Debbie Lawrence?
Don't know.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But don't
I saw the name.
Why? You know?
I know a Debbie Lawrence that was from New York. When I first joined the military, I went to Germany.
Hollop might know.
Yeah, he might know.
Yeah.
When I first joined the military, I went to Germany. And I met this girl from New York, Debbie Lawrence.
Okay.
We dated for a short time. She re-enlisted, went to Fort Hood. I went to Fort Bliss, and
had a couple.
But I saw the name.
Yeah.
I saw the name Debbie Lawrence. I was like,
right.
Nah.
Oh, you never know.
She'd have to be around our age, or maybe a year older than us, because she actually was in the service longer than me at that time.
Well, that's probably who it was.
It could be.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's kind of weird. All these years, she that same name.
Exactly.
Like, she never got married.
But you see how life works.
Yeah.
How long ago was that, Dom?
86.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Almost.
Okay, so it's funny that you say that, because in the bowling world, there was a lady. Guess what her name was? Debbie Lawrence.
Wow.
Where you bowl at?
Yes.
What the hell?
What? What's so crazy? No. I didn't date her. What happened was she recently passed away.
Oh.
So I was going to ask you if you had any idea if she had a daughter or something of that nature, because if she did have a daughter.
Whoa! Now you're getting into his personal business.
No, not his daughter.
I had to have that box checked for me when I went into a certain field.
Okay, that's it.
Y'all are hilarious. He's hilarious.
I'm checking out.
We
checking out. We checking out.
No. This is not a soap opera.
If anybody knows this Debbie Lawrence and she's around our age,
I could ask around. Like,
might be her. Did she ever serve in the military? We were in Nuremberg, Germany.
Okay.
Nuremberg, Germany. Okay.
I'll ask around. I'll ask Hollow.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Exactly.
Weird.
Very. You never know. That would be a hell of a story, though.
That really would be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be a little freaky there.
So let me see.
I don't mean freaky like, I mean like.
You know how you mean it.
So while Reggie is awake and finished bowling, what do you think, guys? Wednesday
is awesome.
Is there a
you know what, guys? I kind of like when we were doing Tuesday.
Really?
Here we go.
That's Reggie's regular bowling night, right?
Yeah.
Remember we used to do Tuesdays and Fridays?
Yeah.
All right.
As long as there's not a Knicks game on, I'm good, because I'm not going to allow you. I'm not going to allow you to intrude on my fandom.
And the Knicks do play next Wednesday.
They play next Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tuesday, Friday.
You know he'll be doing that. Dom, you know he'll do that, right? Schedule a show because he want to try to put a little hate on it.
You know I don't do that stuff. I don't know what the hell you talking about, man.
Yeah. He'll be more than willing to do it though, Bishop. But next time we talk, Knicks down 3-1.
Yes.
Having that smile.
Yeah.
But if we're up 3-1, he'll be like, "Oh, I got to work tonight." And
it's overtime. It's overtime.
It's a double.
Escape. It's on the court.
I am on record for saying the Knicks will win this series. So whatever.
Yeah, no matter what you say, you're still not getting back in the bandwagon. Sorry.
Folks,
Were you on the record to say that the Nets were going to win their series? You didn't say
Yep.
that, did you?
He did.
No,
he did.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay,
I don't think so.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say they were going to get swept.
I forgot who the Nets even played.
They played the 70. Well, did they even play?
No,
Did they even
didn't
play?
No, they
Did
didn't
they
play. No, they
Nets-
played well.
They
They
played as much as Ben Simmons did.
Yes.
Did the Nets get swept last year too?
No.
No, they didn't get swept last year, but they got swept this year.
All right, folks. With that being said,
In a
I'm not trying
demoralizing fashion. In a demoralizing fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with that, I'm not traveling down this road again. So with that being said, gentlemen, thank you for your participation. People in the chat room, thank you very much. People that saw the stream, appreciate. We'll check you out next week.
Let's go Knicks.
Let's go.
Peace.
Yes.
Peace.
Warriors by 11 right now. Warriors by 11.